So this is how to out-combo your opponent, part 1. I'll have a part 2 where I plan to illustrate, because I prefer to just do one video and it was just going to like explain and illustrate, you know, the different methods for out-comboing your opponent, you know, the different methods of comboing, because most people know about the basic aspect of comboing. You know, obviously you try to make your, whatever you're attacking with, either your leader or your battle card, you try to make it stronger than what you're attacking. But at the same time, after you combo, your opponent gets the combo in response. The thing is, they know how much you combo and they know you can't combo no more afterwards. So they just need to combo enough to defend. And when you declare an attack with a double strike or a triple strike or dual attack or any attack in general, even, you know, just in general, like you're attacking for a reason, especially if you're attacking the leader, you're trying to deal damage. So you want to make sure that the attack goes through, especially if it will win you the game. So being able to out-combo your opponent to guarantee you succeed in hitting their, you know, hitting your target, which, you know, is your goal, can be tough because you don't know what's in your opponent's hands. Now you can obviously try to predict, you can do some analytics, you can do some math in your head and whatnot, and that's what makes the whole combo phase as an attacker skillful and you know, interesting. It's a challenge, you know. I mean, that's the way the games are supposed to be. It's supposed to be challenged. That's how you determine who's good, who's bad. Because bad people normally don't like challenges. They want things to be easy. Good, skillful players, great players, love a challenge because it gives them bragging rights when they succeed, when they can do what most people can't do, when they make what's hard look easy, when they can easily deal with something that is typically hard. And that's what, you know, greatness is about, is doing something effortlessly that for others requires too much effort, and they rather not even bother with the effort. They want the reward, but they don't want to do the work that is required to get the reward, which is sad. Everybody wants their little participation trophy instead of being the champion, earning their place in the world. But anyway, that's for another rant. So you want to out-combo your opponent. So how can you predict it? So I'm just throw out some theories first. I don't want to spend too much time in this video because it's better to illustrate and showcase the concept, and I want to be able to lay it out, the different ideas. But I'm going with the free combos. So first off is how can you out-combo your opponent, but you also don't want to waste resources. So I personally like using Planet M2 because that's like a free 5K combo. You know, in the way I use it on my opponent's leader. It makes them 5K weaker. So essentially it's like a 5K combo for me. Then there's zero cost 5K combo that you can use, obviously. So there's obvious, you know, you can play zero cost 5K combo cards from your hand to boost. They're not free. They're not free in they're not free in resource. Obviously, you're giving up a card in order to get that 5K boost, but you don't pay to play them. You don't, right? You don't use energy in order to play zero cost 5K combo. You could have a battle card that weakens your opponent's leader, which would be awesome, or whatever your target of your attack are. But I want to focus mainly on out-comboing your opponent when you're attacking their leader. That's the real moment where out-comboing matters the most. Because it's easy to use like a card that has a skill to kill a battle card than to worry about out-comboing your opponent just to kill a battle card. You can't kill, you know, and remove a leader, so that's why you gotta out-combo in in order to make sure your attack goes to when you attack your leader. Because it's easy to defend. It's not easy to attack. That's the point I'm trying to make. So you're trying to find ways to reduce the possibility of your opponent being able to out combo you. You know, to combo out of being dealt damage. So obviously a negate would be one way they'll defend. Once they negate, well, comboing means nothing because your opponent prevented you from going into the combo phase. But if they don't have the negate, then it's time to combo. So how can you out combo them? So I'll point out this method of thinking because these are the steps. First, you check how many cards they have in their hands. Then you check how much energy they have available. You know, how much energy they have up, not tapped. So how many untapped energy they have. Then look how much life they have. Those are the three things in that order you have to look into when it comes to attacking. The fourth thing would be obviously the leader. You know, is the leader awake in the person? Always try to assume the leader's awakened. Another thing, after you check your opponent's, your leader, not your leader, your opponent's leader, if it's awakened or not. If you're attacking with your leader, you gotta check if your leader's awakened or not. So, the optimal thing you want your leader to be in the same position your opponent's leader is. So if your opponent's leader is awakened, you want to be awakened. If your opponent's leader is awakened and you're not, well, you're at a slight disadvantage in that scenario, mathematically. But if you have more cards in your hands than your opponent, then you can make up for it. If you're like me, you play Planet M2, then you never worry about that. Because that's how I play. I'm always on my front side until turn 5 or 6 or something like that. So late game is when I awaken. I'm always, at 10 power for the first 4 turns, and I use M2 to weaken my opponent's leader when he awakens, just so that way I could keep us even, so we're both 10k, and then we combo from there. So those are the things you need to look at, right? Their hand, how many cards they have in hand, plus how much energy they have available, how much life they have. Because you gotta remember, once you hit their life, let's say you got double strike, once you hit their life's going to their hand, so you gotta keep track of what they have. Because if they have 3 life and you deal them double strike and deal them 2 damage, they might let you deal them the 2 damage so they can add those 2 cards to their hands. Then if you have another attack you try to use to finish your opponent off, well, they are already taking into account the 2 cards they just gained. They're going to use it to combo against you. So you got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about giving your opponent cards to their hands that they can use to combo against your next attack. So then, like I said, you look at their hand. Let's say they have 5 cards in their hands, which means the first thing you think about is they have 5 negates. So that's how you think. You just imagine that all the cards in their hands are negates. Then after that, so since you're thinking all the cards in their hands are negates, then you look to see if they have the energy for the negates. Most negates, 99% of the negates in this game cost 1 energy. So you see how many 1 energy they have. So if they have 2 untapped energy cards, then that means they could have 2 negates. So you look at it that way. So first you start assuming they have negates. So when you attack, you are checking to see if they have a negate. So you ask for the negate. If they don't negate, one of 2 things. Either they don't have it or they're saving it. So that's 2 things you got to think about. They're either they don't have a negate or they're saving it. But since they didn't negate, now they're allowing you to combo. So now the next step is, alright, they have 5 cards in their hands. Since they didn't negate, now I'm no longer thinking they have negates. Now I'm thinking they have 10Ks. Which kind of, if they already have 4 or less life, then you can assume they're all super combos, right? 10K super combos. And you break it down from there. If they're not awakened yet, you can assume they're 10Ks that require 1 energy. And you go, to 5K, 0 cost, and, and below. And once you have, and once you break it down, those steps one by one, going from negate to super combo to 10K that requires energy to 0 cost 5Ks, then you're able to assess. Well, you can do this before you attack. I'm not saying attack then start doing this process. I'm saying think about this process first, and then you're starting off with the idea that they'll probably have to negate. So when you're ready to attack, you already assessed that maybe they have negates, and then you're like, what they don't have negates, then the next step would be super combos. They don't have the super combos, then 10K combos. Especially if they're hesitant to combo against you. Granted, you got a combo first, so that's where the thought process of like, okay, attack, no negate, cool. All right. Do I want to start playing my 10Ks? Because the next step would be, they might have super combos or they might have 10Ks that require energies. How many of my 10Ks do I have to use? How many can I super combo? And then you break it down from those little steps. Another thing to help you reduce the need to figure out how many, how much you should combo is obviously play cards that increase your battle card strength. You want to, on average, when a leader's awakens 15K, so you obviously want a base power of 20K and above. 15K and above, obviously you can work with that. But just so you use less combos, less cards to combo with, the stronger your battle cards are, the better. So you want cards to increase your battle cards power. You want to use in your leader, for example, as well. You want to use cards that weaken your opponent's battle cards and leader. So that way, mathematically it adds up. And you can out-combo them. Another way you can, because remember you're trying to control what their response is going to be. They know how much they need to out-combo you. You don't know how much you need to out-combo them, so you're trying to figure it out. So you're either really good at guessing and really good at figuring it out, or you minimize it. You minimize how much you have to, how much you have to put in. Yeah, I just use that word instead of something fancier. How much you have to put in, like how much you have to combo in. So having stronger battle cards, 20K and above, 25K is really useful, and so on and so forth. Try to use more 10Ks because your opponent might have a lot of 5Ks in their hands. So using 10Ks will be, will obviously be better for you. Preferably 5Ks that don't require energy costs. Some super combos, of course, are useful. And just try to get as many 10Ks as possible to try to get that one attack through. And that's just when you're focusing on one attack. Obviously, if you have multiple attackers, you're going to have to spread out your comboing, your combo power for your whole entire assortment of attacks. I tend to like to use some free play battle cards, cards I could just play for free, and that's my power right there. Like Bodyguard Legic, for example, I could play him for free when I have no battle cards and my opponent has at least one, and he's 15K. So think about it, he's essentially a 15K combo. I attack with him to my opponent's leader. Even when my opponent's leader is awakened, that's 15K towards like 15k against his 15k. If he doesn't combo, he'll take damage. But if he does combo, he has to give up a 5k for my free 15k. You know what I mean? The fact that I didn't have to pay energy for it makes it amazing. Same thing has happened in our own realm battle card with 15k power or 20k power or something like that. You play for free, you attack with it. Your opponent, if he blocks, defends against it, he has to give up. You gave up nothing, he gave up something. So obviously, these are ways you can out combo your opponent without comboing. Just play strong stuff, attack, and force your opponent to waste resources from their hands, just trying to avoid taking a hit. But if you have to take you have to make a battle card or your leader stronger for an attack to go through, then obviously you want it to do an educated guess. You don't want a blind combo, which is what I'm trying to get to. Is you don't want a blind combo. You don't want to attack with your leader, which is like 10k. Use a 10k combo, 20k to your opponent's leader. There's awaken, right? And then all your opponent has to do is just play, just one simple 10k combo, and that's it. And it's like just a 1-for-1. I would have preferred you use 2 0 cost 5Ks than to use a 10K, because I want you to use more cards to defend than the cards I use to attack with, which is why stuff like Planet M2 is awesome, because that will force your opponent to have to use at least 2 cards to survive, at least 2. Imagine if I attack with my 10k leader to my opponent's 10k leader, and I use M2 to make his 10k a 5k. In order for him to not take a hit, he has to use 10k power to survive, not to take a hit. But what if he's already tapped out and he can't play a 10k combo? And the game is early. The game just started, so he doesn't even have the ability to, to super combo. So he has to, he's going to have to either take the hit, which typically they do, or he has to use 2 5Ks. So those are the types of scenarios you try to force your opponent into. I have a habit of, especially with Planet M2, such a great card, because just right off the bat, just attack with my leader, use MK2 on my opponent's leader, and just attack. And just no combo, just that. Just that. Leader, MK2. I keep saying MK2. Planet M2. Just keep and just attack my opponent's leader until, my opponent's ready to awaken, and they just keep taking the hits. If they block, even better. That's, they're losing hand advantage. But mostly they take the hits because they definitely don't want to waste no combo. They don't want to waste no cards in their hands early in the beginning of the game. The first 2-3 turns. Trying to protect their life. Especially if I'm doing it all for free, essentially, because I'm not sacrificing no hand advantage in order to get these hits in. So they'll gladly take the hits, thinking they're getting a hand advantage, but don't realize by lowering their life points early, waking them early, you actually put them in a scenario where, well, you don't have no energy ramping capabilities. Most decks don't, except for decks that do, but most decks don't. So by turn 2, you have all these cards in your hands, which is great. But now you're like at 4 to 3 life, close to 2 life. Close to getting taken out by a surprise double strike with a couple combo cards, and you won't be able to stop it. Because I would have played, I would have outplayed you. You probably thought we were gonna have a couple more turns in the duel, but in reality, I just set you up for just, a 1-turn kill. Because I'm gonna put enough on board to chip away at your last 2 life by turn 4. So, just how I play. So that's why I, focus on trying to put stuff in play, or at least have a strategy that, you know, kind of replaces my comboing, where I'm just like applying pressure so my opponent either has the combo or I'm, you know, doing something that makes it where it's pointless to combo. They might as well conserve their cards, because I'm obviously gonna out combo them easily, or I'm just outplaying them. That there's no point in wasting resources from your hand trying to defend against, you know, aggressive strategy. This video went long enough. I hope I gave you enough to think about, enough useful information to improve your comboing strategies, especially when you play the game. You know how you combo from turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, all the way up. You know how you're going to implement your combo strategy. Because some people just combo randomly. They just combo based off of the current state of the board. They don't plan for every turn, you know, how they're going to combo. Even not playing in energy, like you could be turn 4 and be like, you know what, I'm not going to drop energy. I'm going to keep this card in my hand and I'm just going to battle, and I'm going to use it for combo instead of using the card for energy. Or I'm not even going to play a battle card this turn, so I'm going to just keep this card in my hand for combo and just go in. You know, the battle card you drew probably has 10k combo, require 1 energy, so might as well keep it and, you know, try to go for game. If you combo right. Some people are more focused on playing the right battle card at the right time, you know, saving their attacks for the right time, or their engage for the right time. You know, those are important things to, you know, keep in mind and to focus, you know, to focus on, you know, whatever your play style is. But comboing should be the same way. Comboing needs to have a line of play. You're supposed to have a preset pattern and rules of how you're going to combo, so you can out-combo your opponent, because your opponent has less to think about. They don't have to guess how to out-combo you, but you do have to guess how to out-combo them, how to make sure that they can't combo or they don't want to combo. You know, you want to be able to do stuff like that. You want to control the combo phase as much as possible. And that'll be the end of this video.